Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our storytelling journey. Let me ask you something that might sound familiar. Have you ever sat down to study or learn something important, but after just a few minutes, your mind starts to wander? You try to focus, but you feel tired. You read the same paragraph 3 times, but nothing sticks in your memory. You drink more coffee, but still feel foggy and unmotivated. Maybe you've thought, I'm just not smart enough, or my brain doesn't work well, or I'm too old to learn new things. Let me teach you this word. Foggy. F-O-G-G-Y. When your brain feels foggy, it means unclear, confused, like trying to see through thick fog. Today, I want to tell you the story of Jordan, a student who felt exactly like this. Jordan believed their brain was broken, that learning was impossible, that focus was a superpower only other people possessed. But Jordan discovered something incredible. 12 scientific secrets, we call them brain rules, that completely transformed how Jordan learned, remembered, and thought. Are you ready to discover how Jordan unlocked their brain's hidden power and became the learner they never thought possible? Let's begin this mind-changing adventure together. Jordan was a 25-year-old office worker who dreamed of learning new skills, speaking different languages, and advancing in their career. But every time Jordan tried to learn something new, the same pattern repeated. Sit down with books and notes. Feel motivated for 5 minutes. Then the mind would drift away like a cloud. Drift away means to slowly move in different directions, losing focus. Jordan tried everything: fancy study apps, expensive online courses, motivational videos, productivity techniques. Nothing worked. What's wrong with my brain? Jordan wondered, staring at an unfinished Spanish lesson for the 3rd day in a row. Other people seem to learn so easily. They remember everything. They focus for hours. But I can't even concentrate for 10 minutes. Jordan's daily routine looked like this. Wake up tired, drink coffee, sit at a desk all day, eat lunch while checking phones, work until evening, go home exhausted, try to study, give up after 15 minutes, feel disappointed, repeat. Exhausted means extremely tired, completely without energy. One Friday evening, feeling particularly frustrated after failing to finish another online course, Jordan decided to take a walk in the park to clear their head. That's where Jordan met Dr. Sarah Chen. Dr. Chen was sitting on a park bench, reading a thick book about brain science. She looked energetic and alert despite being in her 60s. Jordan sat on the next bench, feeling defeated. Defeated means feeling like you've lost or failed. "Excuse me," Dr. Chen said kindly, noticing Jordan's frustrated expression. "You look like someone wrestling with a problem." "I guess I am," Jordan replied. I've been trying to learn new skills for months, but my brain just doesn't work. I can't focus, I can't remember things, I feel stupid." Dr. Chen closed her book and smiled warmly. "My dear, you're not stupid. You're just operating your brain with the wrong instruction manual." "What do you mean?" "I'm a neuroscientist. I study how brains actually work, and I can tell you this. Your brain is not broken. It's incredibly powerful. You've just never learned how to use it properly." Neuroscientist. Neuroscientist. A scientist who studies the brain and nervous system. Jordan felt a spark of hope. Is that really possible? Can anyone learn to use their brain better? Dr. Chen nodded confidently. Absolutely. There are 12 scientific rules, we call them brain rules, that can transform how you learn, remember, focus, and think. Would you like to discover them? For the first time in months, Jordan felt genuinely excited about learning. The next morning, Dr. Chen met Jordan at the park at 7 a.m. "The first brain rule," she began, "is simple but powerful. Your brain works better when your body moves." Jordan looked confused. "But I thought exercise was just for physical fitness. What does it have to do with learning?" Dr. Chen started walking at a brisk pace. "Walk with me, Jordan. Let me explain while we move." Brisk pace means walking quickly but comfortably. As they walked, Dr. Chen explained, "When you exercise, even just walking like we're doing now, amazing things happen in your brain. More oxygen flows to your brain cells. New brain connections form. Memory improves. Focus sharpens." Really? Research shows that just 20 to 30 minutes of daily movement can improve your memory, speed up your reaction time, reduce stress, and protect against brain diseases like Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a disease that affects memory and thinking, usually in older people. After 20 minutes of walking, Jordan noticed something surprising. "Dr. Chen, I feel more alert now than I did after drinking 2 cups of coffee this morning." Dr. Chen smiled. "Exactly. You see, Jordan, when you feel tired, foggy, or unmotivated, the solution isn't more coffee. The solution is movement." She continued, "Your brain evolved over millions of years for humans who walked many miles every day, not for people who sit in chairs for 8 hours. When you move, you're giving your brain what it naturally craves." Evolved means developed and changed over a very long time. Jordan made a decision. "I'm going to walk every morning before trying to study." "Perfect start," Dr. Chen said, "but there's so much more to discover. Are you ready for brain rule number 2? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can learn more English through stories with us. The next day, Dr. Chen took Jordan to her university laboratory, where students were studying in different ways. Some sat quietly reading books. Others walked around while listening to audio lessons. Some drew colorful diagrams. Others discussed concepts in small groups. "Look around, Jordan. What do you notice?" Jordan observed carefully. "Everyone is learning differently." Exactly. This is brain rule number 2. Every brain is wired differently. Your brain, the way it connects, thinks, feels, and learns, is 100% unique. Wired means connected, like electrical wires. Here it means how your brain is naturally organized. Dr. Chen pointed to a student who was drawing mind maps with many colors. Sarah learns best when she can see information visually and use her hands. She indicated another student pacing while reading notes aloud. Michael learns best when he combines movement with speaking. But Jordan, Dr. Chen said seriously, most education systems try to force everyone to learn the same way. Sit still, read silently, memorize facts. This works for some brains, but not all brains. Jordan felt a wave of understanding. That's why I always felt stupid in school. I couldn't sit still and memorize things like other students. Exactly. You're not broken, Jordan. You just haven't discovered your unique learning style yet. Unique means special and different from everyone else. Dr. Chen gave Jordan an experiment. This week, try learning the same information in 3 different ways. First, read it quietly. Then, walk around while listening to it. Finally, teach it out loud to an imaginary person. Notice which method feels most natural. Jordan tried this experiment with a Spanish lesson. Reading quietly felt boring and difficult. But when Jordan walked around listening to Spanish phrases, then taught them out loud while gesturing, everything clicked. Dr. Chen, this is incredible. I remembered more in one session than in weeks of traditional studying. That's the power of working with your brain's natural design instead of fighting against it, she replied. A week later, Jordan was making progress, but still struggled with staying focused during long study sessions. Time for Brain Rules 3 and 4, Dr. Chen announced. First, we don't pay attention to boring things. That makes sense, Jordan said, but how do I make boring subjects interesting? Dr. Chen explained, your brain is like a security guard. It only pays attention to things that seem dangerous, novel, emotional, or useful. If something feels boring, your brain automatically switches off, and that's not your fault. That's biology. Novel means new and interesting, something you haven't seen before. Your attention span is naturally about 10 minutes. After that, you need to reset. But here's the secret. Emotion, stories, visuals, and humor can extend your attention much longer. Dr. Chen demonstrated by telling Jordan Spanish vocabulary through funny stories instead of boring lists. Jordan remembered every word effortlessly. Now, Brain Rule 4 is about memory, Dr. Chen continued. Your short-term memory can only hold about 7 pieces of information for less than 30 seconds. Think of it like writing on sand. The waves wash it away quickly. Short-term memory is memory that lasts only a few seconds or minutes. To move information from fragile short-term memory to permanent long-term memory, you must repeat it over time, not cramming everything in one day, but spacing it out. Cramming means trying to learn everything at once, usually before a test. Dr. Chen taught Jordan the spaced repetition technique. Review new information after 1 day, then 3 days, then 1 week, then 1 month. Each time you recall it, the memory grows stronger, like a path through a forest that becomes clearer with each use. Jordan started applying this immediately. Instead of trying to learn 50 Spanish words in one session, Jordan learned 10 words and reviewed them using the spaced schedule. "It's like magic," Jordan told Dr. Chen. "The words I review this way stick in my mind permanently, while the ones I tried to cram just disappear." That's not magic, Jordan. That's science working with your brain's natural design. Despite these improvements, Jordan still struggled with afternoon fatigue and poor concentration. "Jordan, how many hours do you sleep each night?" Dr. Chen asked. "About 5 or 6 hours. I stay up late trying to catch up on studying, then wake up early for work." Dr. Chen looked concerned. "That explains your problems. Brain Rule 5, sleep well, think well. Sleep is your brain's most powerful tool." She explained, "When you skip sleep, your brain performance drops by almost 40%. Your focus becomes weak, creativity disappears, memory fails, and decision-making suffers." Fatigue means extreme tiredness. "But what happens during sleep?" Jordan asked. "Amazing things. While you sleep, your brain processes the day's memories, transferring them from temporary storage to permanent storage. It solves problems you couldn't solve while awake. It clears toxins that build up during the day." Toxins are harmful substances that need to be removed from your body. Dr. Chen gave Jordan a challenge. For 1 week, get 8 hours of sleep every night. Go to bed early instead of staying up late studying. I guarantee your learning will improve dramatically. Jordan was skeptical, but tried it. Skeptical means having doubts, not fully believing. The results were remarkable. With proper sleep, Jordan could focus for longer periods, remembered information more easily, and felt creative and energetic during study sessions. "Dr. Chen, I can't believe I was sabotaging my learning by not sleeping enough." Sabotaging means damaging or destroying something, often without realizing it. Sleep is not time wasted, Jordan. It's an investment in your brain's performance. Jordan's progress continued, but during busy work periods, learning became difficult again. "I feel so stressed lately," Jordan told Dr. Chen. "My boss is demanding, deadlines are tight, and when I try to study, my mind races with worries." Dr. Chen nodded knowingly. Brain Rule 6. Stressed brains don't learn. Stress actually changes your brain structure. She explained the science. When you feel stressed, your brain activates the amygdala, the fear center. Blood flow redirects away from the learning and memory centers. It's like trying to learn while your brain is screaming, "Danger! Run away!" Amygdala. A-M-Y-G-D-A-L-A. The part of your brain that processes fear and emotions. Chronic stress can actually shrink your hippocampus, that's your memory center, and release cortisol, a chemical that damages memory and creativity. Chronic means happening continuously over a long time. Jordan felt discouraged. "So I can't learn when I'm stressed? But I'm always stressed." "Not true," Dr. Chen said gently. "You can learn to manage stress. Deep breathing, meditation, exercise, and having a positive support system all help calm your brain." She taught Jordan a simple technique. Before studying, take 5 deep breaths. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, breathe out for 6. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and puts your brain in learning mode. Parasympathetic nervous system is the part of your body that helps you feel calm and relaxed. Jordan practiced this technique and noticed an immediate difference. "My mind feels clearer and more focused now." Remember, Jordan, no flower can bloom in a storm, and no brain can learn under attack. As Jordan's learning continued to improve, Dr. Chen introduced more advanced techniques. Brain Rule 7. Vision trumps all other senses. Your brain is a visual machine. Trumps means is more powerful than or beats something else. Dr. Chen showed Jordan 2 ways to learn about the human heart. First, a page of black text describing heart function. Then, a colorful diagram showing blood flow with arrows and labels. "Which one do you understand faster?" she asked. "Definitely the diagram," Jordan replied immediately. "That's because over half of your brain's resources are dedicated to vision. Your brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text and remembers pictures far longer than words." Jordan started incorporating visuals into all learning. Mind maps for Spanish vocabulary, colorful charts for work concepts, and diagrams for complex ideas. This is Brain Rule 8. Stimulate more of the senses. When you combine sight, hearing, touch, and movement, you create more neural connections and stronger memories. Neural connections are pathways between brain cells that help you think and remember. Dr. Chen demonstrated by teaching Jordan Spanish numbers in multiple ways, seeing the written numbers, hearing the pronunciation, writing them by hand, and using finger gestures for each number. Don't limit your brain, Dr. Chen explained. Don't treat it like a single-lane road. It's a superhighway. Open more lanes. Use your eyes, your ears, your hands, your voice. The more senses you engage, the more alive your brain becomes. Jordan began studying this way, reading out loud, drawing diagrams, using hand movements, and even incorporating smells and tastes when possible. Learning has become so much more enjoyable and effective, Jordan marveled. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can learn more English through stories with us. Months had passed, and Jordan had transformed from a frustrated, unfocused learner into someone who could learn new skills confidently and efficiently. But Dr. Chen had one final important lesson to share. Jordan, there's one last brain rule that ties everything together: exploration. We are powerful and natural explorers. What does that mean? Jordan asked. Dr. Chen smiled. Your brain is wired to grow, learn, and expand. Exploration, whether physical or mental, activates dopamine, creates new neural connections, and keeps your brain sharp and engaged. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that makes you feel happy and motivated. The human brain that can learn languages, create art, solve complex problems, and invent new technologies didn't develop by accident. We are born explorers. Dr. Chen pointed to children playing in the nearby playground. Watch them. They explore everything: climbing, touching, asking questions, trying new things. They don't worry about failing. They're driven by pure curiosity. Curiosity means wanting to learn and discover new things. Jordan, if you ever feel bored, lost, or stuck, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you stopped exploring. Jordan reflected on their journey. I understand now. When I started walking, trying different learning styles, experimenting with sleep and stress management, using visuals and multiple senses, I was exploring how my brain works. Exactly. And that exploration led to discovery, growth, and transformation. Dr. Chen gave Jordan a final challenge. Keep exploring. Try new subjects, new skills, new ways of thinking. Your brain will reward you with continued growth and joy in learning. 1 year after meeting Dr. Chen, Jordan's life had changed dramatically. Jordan was fluent in Spanish and had started learning Mandarin Chinese. At work, Jordan had been promoted twice due to enhanced problem-solving skills and the ability to learn new technologies quickly. But more importantly, Jordan felt confident about learning anything new. Dr. Chen, Jordan said during their final meeting, you didn't just teach me brain rules, you taught me that my brain isn't broken. It was just waiting for me to understand it. Dr. Chen beamed with pride. You discovered something precious, Jordan. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's a living, growing, adapting system that becomes stronger with proper care and challenge. Jordan nodded. I used to think intelligence was something you either had or didn't have. Now I know it's something you can develop by understanding how your brain works. And remember, Dr. Chen added, these rules don't just apply to formal learning. They improve every aspect of your life: relationships, creativity, problem solving, and emotional well-being. Let me summarize Jordan's incredible journey and the key brain rules we learned today. Jordan discovered 9 essential brain rules. Exercise boosts brain power. Your brain works better when your body moves. Every brain is wired differently. Find your unique learning style. Don't copy others. We don't pay attention to boring things. Make learning emotional, visual, and story-based. Memory needs repetition. Use spaced repetition to move information to long-term memory. Sleep well, think well. Sleep is your brain's most powerful tool for learning and memory. Stressed brains don't learn. Manage stress through breathing, exercise, and relaxation. Vision trumps all senses. Use visual learning, diagrams, colors, and images. Stimulate more senses. Combine sight, hearing, touch, and movement for stronger memories. We are natural explorers. Keep trying new things to maintain brain growth and joy. Key vocabulary to remember: neuroscientist, a scientist who studies the brain and nervous system. Wired, how your brain is naturally connected and organized. Chronic, happening continuously over a long time. Neural connections, pathways between brain cells that help thinking and memory. Exploration, trying new things and discovering new knowledge. The most important lesson: your brain is not broken or limited. It's incredibly powerful and capable of amazing growth when you understand and work with its natural design instead of against it. Questions for reflection. Which brain rule do you think would help your learning the most? What's your natural learning style? Visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? Hands-on? How could you incorporate more movement, better sleep, or stress management into your learning routine? Remember Jordan's discovery: my brain isn't broken. It was just waiting for me to understand it. Your challenge: choose one brain rule to experiment with this week. Maybe take a walk before studying, create visual diagrams, or improve your sleep schedule. Notice how it affects your learning and thinking. You have an incredibly powerful brain waiting to be unleashed. Like Jordan, you can transform from a struggling learner into a confident, capable student of life. Don't forget to like this video if Jordan's story inspired you. Subscribe for more brain-boosting English stories and tell us in the comments, which brain rule will you try first? Until next time, my wonderful English learners, remember, your brain is not broken. It's just been waiting for you to believe in it again.